Every place has its own time, and the time pulsates. Sometimes it is solid and has a lot of events, when many people unite their efforts to space the time, making new meanings, leaving behind them signs, places of power.
But sometimes time dies away, delays, becomes an expectation. Chernihovsk falls into such time for the years after the Big War. Distraction, disconnection, and silent expectation of new meanings. Chernihovsk is a town located in Kaliningrad region. This territory goes in drift like an island. It has no borders with its own country, the Big Land. Such result was disposed by the history of wars and captures. Here is a point where the West and the East stop today. Traces of the last war still have not vanished from the streets and memory. Reunion, but not a conflict, is the main idea of our project. Factory Alliance 1892, for which we developed our project, was named in memory of the union between Russia and France. The project task was to design the barrel warehouse. Old clock house and office building remained on the territory. We relocated clock house for the shortest ways and parking for employees. Also, it was necessary to reserve the site for the future whiskey plant. We shifted both new buildings to the front side with the park between them. Thereby, in the first phase of the project, we created the base for the future development and transformation of a part of the factory into the new public space. We linked corner points of the existing objects and in such way created a geometric platform for the future project. Degustation room with a presentation space were added to the main function areas. Hence, the building divided into two parts, storage and presentation of the product, and gave us the reason to create two interconnected forms with common inner space. We placed the warehouse under the ground. It allowed to reduce digging works using old excavated pit, reduce the overground part to organize cross views, use the remaining ground for new landscape, place barrels in the space with minimal temperature fluctuations, reduce expense for heating of the huge warehouse, keep stable humidity. Also, we refused electrical ventilation systems using chimney effect. Rainwater is collected from the roofs for irrigation of lawns. Thus, we shifted construction cost from production purposes to public spaces. Now let us introduce the building plan. Main entrance, warehouse is the main part of the basement, loading dock and emergency exit, degustation room, tower museum, plant, and the utility rooms. Viewpoints are connected through the stairs and pathways. Public space between towers.
Towers are located in such a way that the morning sun enters into the metal tower vertically, illuminates its structural frame, and penetrates to the depth of the degustation room. The low western sun penetrates to the wooden tower and for a short time illuminates the park through the horizontal openings. In this way, east and west merges. Rambling, fragmented, and rubbish space, which met us the first time, we filled with the idea of coherence, interaction, and dialogue. West and east, internal and external, full and empty, man and woman, iron and wood, sky and ground, storage and distribution, technology and tradition. Here is just a small list of the couples which formed the meaning of our project. Teutonic knights who established the town, transparency of presentation, Gothic preciosity of vertical structure, refer to the concepts of sky, man, west, verticality, transparency, and emptiness. Metal and glass are the basic materials of the form. Transparent floor ceiling of the inner space unites the vertical of the museum and horizontality of the warehouse through the degustation room. Traditional materials and the method of construction refer to the traditional wooden house, an ancient way of preparation and storage of the brew in the barrel, located deep under the ground. Wooden tower is horizontal, united with ground, grows from it, and it works as the basement for the whole complex. It associates with female pregnancy, with naturalness, in, fullness, and east. We hope that new architecture created on the basis of interaction and interpenetration of the opposite meanings, ideas, forms, which form unified indivisible whole, will become not only the symbol of this territory, but symbol of the town, place of power, and proclaim the end of the epoch of disconnection. Also, we hope that after construction of new whiskey plant with our design, which is in the beginning now, the complex will be more available for citizens and visitors of the town.
We needed to create a model for exhibition. It was the 4th year of the project, when we surprisingly saw dancing figures of a man and a woman in flat elevation patterns.
Cow gives birth to one. One gives birth to two. Two give birth to three. And three give birth to all things and all beings. All beings bear the negative physical form represented by yin and embrace the positive true nature represented by yang. With the union of these two, they arrive at a state of harmony. By means of spacement of the time and temporalization of the space, the architecture links together the fabric of dimension, creates point of the dialogue, forms and form. Two shapes of the building create human space between them, and united together they give birth to the third shape. The great triad, ground, human and sky, symbolizes infinity of changes. This project once again put the following questions to us. What architecture is? What is the main thing in the project? What makes building alive? What is its naturalness? The answer appeared in metaphor. The bird is not wings, beak, tail or feathers. The bird is flying. It is not a flight for a certain destination in a certain time, but it is a flying. Flying is naturalness of the bird, and the concept of architecture as flying, when the body and the emptiness are transformed into one whole and one in time and space, has been inspiring us during all these years, while the architecture was born and the building arose. The vision without separation is the way of life.